welcome back to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Just heading out camping again, Tuesday night. Just out in the last of daylight. I was trying to get to the top of this hill for sunset, but no chance. Didn't really make it for last light. Time I finish work. I'm just going to continue up the hill here. Try and capture some footage of the journey. If not, I'll get some stuff that I recorded last weekend when I come up for a wee recce this route in the camp spot, so I'll catch up with you later on. Get a wee light on top of my camera, hopefully that's making a wee difference, because usually you can't see a thing. Anyway, I'll catch up with you maybe once I get up to the forestry road. Cheers! That's me on the forestry road just for a short section. Look at the forecast tonight, it should be clear, which will be good. Temperatures anything from kind of -1 to maybe -4 I think, especially as the daylight comes in tomorrow morning. There's always that reduction in temperature, so quite looking forward to getting up here. Not looking forward to the journey right enough with the camping gear on, but if you see my last video, I did mention that I camped up here before, but it was 10 years ago. It was just in a wee kind of bivvy bag thing, so I'm travelling a bit heavier today, both in the rucksack and frame, unfortunately. But hopefully you can make that out in the background there. I was looking over to Isle of Butte, and beyond that the mountains, or the mountains in Isle of Arran. See a couple of stars out already. That's a good sign. But I'll just continue on. Oh, almost missed the turn off there, I was talking too much. I'm just going to leave the forestry road for this hill track. Probably not be able to see it. Hold on. There you go. Turn the head torch like that. This is where we're heading now. Up into the open hill, follow a wall, eventually cross that for the final wee ascent up to the summit. Can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I do have some new gear to try out tonight. Got a new bivvy bag, a new sleep mat, a new sleeping bag, so this is me getting winter ready. As far as a cold tent goes, the hot tent I've still got the stove and a couple of hot tents that will take that as well, so I'll have a good look at that tonight I think. Past the time of night. There's some of the views. This is a good wee vantage point. Or a bit to take a breather more at the point. That's me ever closer to the summit. Excuse me. Wee bit of daylight still in the sky, if you can call it that. At least it's clear tonight. You can see something, so I'm just going to venture up that path. I'd like to be able to see it, but the summit's up that final climb. Right, that's about 5:30 at the summit, so I'm just going to get the tent set up as quickly as I can. A wee bit breezy up here. I think the forecast was 10 mile an hour gusting to 15, so that'll add a wee bit of wind chill, so I'll get things set up. I'll hopefully get views over Butte and Arran tonight from the front of the tent. Excuse me, I do have a cold by the way, so this isn't going to help things, but cracking night. That's the tent all set up. Bit of a nightmare every time I put the pegs in, I hit a rock or the wind change, so I've just put it side on into the wind. So the wind travels over the spine rather than put the back of the tent to it, so hopefully that'll be alright tonight. There we go. Just deployed every guy line I had. This is the bit here where people put the extra tie out points just to pull this flappy bit out, but it's not too bad. It's probably not the best of pitches, to be honest. Like that, home sweet home for the night. Right, this is my new mat. Winter edition, X-Bed sign mat UL Winter M. So it's medium length, I think it's 185 by 53 wide by 9 centimetres. It's R rated to 5, I think, 5.2 maybe, so apparently it's just down to -18. If it gets to that tonight, I'm going home. We're giving that a wee try out. Just before I open this up, this is a sleeping bag. It's a Leviathan EV 900 by OEX. It's usually quite a popular sleeping bag. It is quite cheap for what it is, so we'll see how it performs. Comfort ratings meant to be down to -9, so we let that loft up. Well, as the saying goes, you're not set up to crack open the first beer. No sound effects because the GoPro kicked in when I was trying to do the first take, so crack. Cheers. Oh, good, good, good. GoPro's that cold, the battery chucked it at 25%, that's what the problem was in the last take. But tonight I've brought with me a lot of temperature sensors. I'm going to stick one outside on the guy rope, I think. One inside just at the top of the tent. See if I can get that tethered to my phone and see what the temperatures are doing. The wind's actually dropped a wee bit, so I might down that beer and get my dinner on just now. We look at the sleep system now to set up completely. I was struggling to do that earlier on in amongst the wind and faffing about in the darkness. So underneath there's my new X-Bed sleep mat. 9 centimetres thick, as I said earlier on. It's all rated to 5.2 maybe, so it does down to -18 supposedly. My new sleeping bag, the EV 900, as I said, quite popular. It's quite cheap as well. I think I got it for about 130 quid or something, and that's meant to do down to -9, so we'll see how that goes. And then on top of that, or over the top of it literally, I've got my Tyvek bivy bag. I just bought that because it's cheap. It was only 17 quid off AliExpress, whatever you call it. It's got a good centre zip here, so easy to get in and out of, which is ideal for the tent. And I think it'll retain some heat as well as protect the sleeping bag, which is my main intention. I tried it in the house. I put the sleeping mat and the sleeping bag inside the bag and it fits, but when you're in it it's quite tight because with that mat being 9 centimetres it's a bit of a squeeze to get in the bag and keep a bit of loft in the sleeping bag as well. So I'm going to try with this tonight, see how it goes. But that's it. The bivy bag's also got a hood. You can just cinch around as well as you would with the sleeping bag. But we'll have a better look at that, I think, at a later date. Not when I'm crammed into a tent, but that's where you'll be using it right enough, but we'll get a better look at it another day. Also bought this Nalgene water bottle, meant to be leak proof, so you can actually fill this up with boiling water and use it as a hot water bottle if you're that way inclined. So I might try that tonight if it can be boiling water at the end of the night, but we'll see how cold it gets. So that's going to be the setup tonight. That's the new gear. Bought a new fleece, a Columbia fleece with a hood on it as well, and I've also got a bag of stuff here, and I might look into that later on as well, explain what's in there. That's just clothing, cold weather clothing I've been carrying for the last few couple of camps and never used, but of all nights I'll probably need it tonight, but we'll see what the weather does. Anyway, I've only sipped this beer, so I'm going to have that and I'll catch up with you later on. Cheers. Right, I'm just going to get my dinner on. Just going to check the temperatures, see what it's saying. Let that download. Outside temperatures minus 1.59 and inside is a balmy minus 0.5. So there we go, certainly cold. This is winter camping. Well, it's not really winter, is it? Because I think the winter starts on the 1st of December. Or some say the winter solstice, which is about the 21st to the 22nd, the longest night and the shortest day, but I'll let you decide on that one. I think as soon as it gets to this kind of temperature, that's good enough to be winter for me, I think. I think the steaks are frozen. Come on. It's just a salt and chilli sizzle steak, as you call it. My norm. Looking forward to this. Oh, heat. I like it just for the heat. And have the third one, that's the proper sized one. Right, I'll stick it on there now. I can put the stove away. Got all my layers on now, but not all of them, but put my fleece on underneath the jacket. I've still got my waterproof trousers on as well, as we're nearly up. Just to keep my trousers nice and dry. Excuse me. Just come out a wee walk there just to... What's that noise? There's something up here with me anyway. Just come out a wee walk just to heat up a wee bit. Keep moving now, I've had my din-dins. Don't know if you'll be able to see Rossi or not in the smoke in camera. Trying to find my way back to the tent through all the frozen moss. It's like walking in snow. Look, there's the moon coming up in the background there. I'm trying to get a wee photo of it because the camera won't pick it up. And there's the ice hole for me to fall in as well. Oh. Just waiting to see what the temperatures are now. Inside the tent, it's wide open anyway, so -1 outside. -1.2. Right, that's about 7:30. I've had my 4 steaks. I've done the dishes. I've been for a walk just to warm up a wee bit, so I'm back in the tent. The wee cheapo light I've got above me is starting to dwindle. I think that was my cinch tent we use for when we go to the Highland Games and set up for the Highland dancing, so at least I know the battery doesn't last too long on it, but anyway, not to worry. So I'm just going to finish off this beer, listen to some music as per usual, chill out, and I'll catch up with you in a wee while. The moon's still up there, it's behind the clouds just now, so I'm I think I'll definitely do a wee night lapse tonight if it does clear up a wee bit, but it's still overcast. Still a bit gusty with the wind as well, that's what brings the coldness. If it wasn't for the wind it would be quite bearable, but I'm just sitting right back in the tent now, so I'm going to sit back and then I'm going to get the big guns out and I'll show you what that is pretty soon. Cheers! Right, and here's the big guns, or big gun should I said. Wee gas heater, goes on top of your gas bottle, just screws on. We'll see how that goes. I'd actually seen Robert at Moffat Mountain Adventures. He had one of these in his summit camps, so I thought I'm having some of that action. I know I've not got the hot tent and the stove and the logs with me, but this might do, so I'm going to give this a blast. I've got it off Amazon for about 30 quid, so I'm sure it doesn't pose any health and safety risks, but obviously I'll have the tent vented. I'm just going to try it as is with the front door open, see if it generates, see how it goes anyway. Well, it's on. Just takes a wee while to kindle up to its red status. Cold gas probably won't help, but I can see it starting to work its way from the back forward there, the flame. And it should glow red eventually, but we'll see what happens. Switch off the head torch might help. There we go. That's the wee stove just ticking over, crank it up a wee bit. That's it wide open. El Scorchio. Right, just going to have a look inside my bag of winter clothing that I've been taking out the last few times and I've had to use it. So in my bag I've got a wee pair of nature hike down boots. Look at the size of that ghost, and they do actually work. I've had them on once when I stayed in the Trossachs National Park. I did that camp at Ardgarten there. I used them, they certainly did add a wee bit of heat there. It's a wee down jacket, wee cheap number, gives you that extra layer, ideal for inside the tent, even sleep in it worst case scenario. You've also got a pair of Montane Prism trousers. This is the matching jacket, so I used to call these my bothy pyjamas. They're quite good. If you're sleeping outside or when it's pretty cold. And I've also got some merino bottoms there and a top. They're just Carrymore ones in the sale. Don't know how good they are, I've not tested them yet, but they claim they were once 50 or 60 quid and I got, I think, the two of them for about 25 in some mad deal, so it was worth getting anyway. I think they might be 180 or 210 in weight. They seem to be thing in grams or whatever, so we'll see, but it'll certainly kind of regulate the body temperature and things like that. So no, that's my setup for winter, winter camping. Tonight I've got this wee gas heater still working, but if you don't have that luxury you'll probably need all these. And even when I've got the hot tent out with the log burner, I mean that goes out eventually, so once you're warm, stick all this gear on, you'll stay warm, get in your sleeping bag. So no, look forward to using it all. Maybe not tonight, we'll see how it goes, but it is, last I checked it was -2 outside, and inside the tent was about 8 degrees with the wee heater going, and that's just kind of ticking over just above the minimum level. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy another beer and I'll get back to you soon. Cheers. There we go, 9.5 degrees inside, -2.03 outside. The sensor is up here, just behind that wee light, so I know hot air rises, but it's not as warm as that down at my feet. But no, definitely makes a difference, and that's just in tick over, so alright, makes things a wee bit more bearable. I just realised it was Robert at Moffat Mountain Adventures' birthday today, so I'll crack this can open for him. Happy birthday, Robert. and thanks to him I've got that, I bought that heater. Cheers! Alright, how's it going? It's just gone 9 o'clock. I'm just on my last beer celebrating Robert's birthday. Quite a quiet night, sitting in the tent. I've got the whole bit closed up just now, but I did have the front door flipped over and open to let some air in and enjoy the views, but the wind's been pretty bad. It's just catching the wrong side of the tent. It's moved a wee bit round to the front, so that's not too bad at all. The wee heater going, I think it was minus 2.3 outside and it's about 9 inside, and it's not at full pelt just now, so you can see that just glowing off my hand. But no, what a difference that makes things a wee bit more bearable, because I survived without it, but why struggle? I usually carry a fire log and the wee stove or a bag of kindling and things like that, so it makes things a wee bit easier, which I'm all about. I don't want to make things any harder than they have to be, but I've even taken the sleeping bag out of the bivvy bag because I've been lying on that and sitting on it, and I compressed it, and I think the bivvy bag, it just wouldn't let it breathe again and come back out to full loft, so it's starting to recover from me squishing it all night. So yeah, it's been a good wee night. The weather's been not too bad. Obviously it's cold. The wind is the biggest factor, absolutely. Pretty cold once the wind chill factor kicks in, but it is what it is, as I keep saying. I've made it out. It's a Tuesday night, back to work tomorrow. I'll get up at 6, pack up. Time I get down near the car, it'll probably just be first light or something, but we'll see what happens with this wind. There's been a few kind of strong gusts, but nothing too bad. But I'm all dubbed up here in the tent basically, so the only thing I need to do tonight is finish this beer. But before I do that, I'll stick the GoPro outside, as I say, and we'll just have it running, see what it produces. But hopefully the cloud doesn't get any worse. A bit of clarity. I was going to face it south over the Isle of Bute, which is behind the camera just now. I'm just going to face it north, I think, and that way the moon should be coming round behind the camera. If it shows its wee face again, I'd rather have the moon behind the camera rather than in front of it, so it doesn't oversaturate in the longer exposures. I think that's the right thing to do. But anyway, thanks for watching. It's not been the best as per usual, no darkness into it, but I'll say it again, it is what it is. Catch you in the morning. Cheers. Good morning. It's 10 past 6. Nice bit of frost inside the tent as well. That's the front door. So it was a cold one last night. I don't know what the temperatures got down to, but it was at least -2. But I was toasty enough in the sleeping bag. I just wore my Wiccan t-shirt that I had on, my new fleece, lightweight fleece, and I put on the Prism trousers and the wee down boots. But nah, pretty toasty last night. But it was windy. It seems to die down again this morning, so hopefully it's not too bad packing up. But I'm just going to get myself sorted, put on my outdoor clothes, not my tent pyjamas, and I'll start tidying up, and then make sure the GoPro's still there actually, and I can put some footage of the GoPro as well. If it's not blown over, I did try and stick it into the ground. Where is it? Oh, I can see the red light flashing there, so. And some of the lights in the distance a bit. So no, cracking wee night. Thanks for watching if you've made it this far. So I'll not really record any tidying up of the inside of the tent, so it's a bit of a mess. I've got stuff everywhere despite trying to keep it organised, but that's what happens. So I'll catch up with you in a minute. Cheers. Guys, absolutely Baltic, still blowing a gale, so I've packed up everything inside and I'm just going to set about taking the tent down now. But oh, frosty. that's me all packed up. 10 past 7, so 10 minutes ahead of schedule. It's absolutely Baltic, man, absolutely Baltic. That wind chill factor. And I brought my new sleeping bag, I brought my new sleeping mat, I brought the bivvy bag and everything, but I never brought gloves with me, so my hands have suffered this morning. Put the tent away because it was covered in frost. But no, I'd just like to say thanks very much for watching. See behind me there, the daylight's coming in. The orange hue to the sky, so that's not too bad. I'll turn round and behind me there's the Isle of Bute. Hopefully you can see the lights of that coastline there. But no, cracking me night. A wee bit windy. The cold never bothers me in that sleeping bag, and I never put it in the bivvy bag either. I just tried the sleeping bag on its own. Instead I had on my kind of warmer trousers and that, so everything worked out fine. So I'm going to make my way back to the car. As I say, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next trip. Cheers!